why cars suck? Stuff like this, where the brand new nut doesn't go into the brand new bolt. Why? I don't know. Why did I have to lubricate it? Why did I have to chase it? I don't know. I shouldn't have to. This is bullshit. Back to our regular scheduled program. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Enginuity and another episode of Project Becky. For those of you that are new here, there's a thingy up there to get you all caught up. And for those of you that stuck around, thank you. Always a pleasure having you along. If you haven't done so already, if you could do me a solid, just go smash the shit out of that subscribe button. Really appreciate it. Today, all the parts came in. That means we get to finish the Subaru suspension on our Honda. And now that we got all that assembled, it's finally time to put Becky on the ground. No, it's not. Shit, I forgot about the steering. So this is our next problem to solve. We have to get these two to play with each other. Obviously, we really don't want the steering input coming in on this hard of an angle. You know, the universal's not meant to take up that much of a, this much, sure. This much, that's a bit much. So what I'm thinking is actually cut this section out of the cross member. Well, had to pump my own brakes on that one. The idea of cutting this whole middle out and modifying it was starting to feel a little ridiculous for two reasons. One, this is a perfectly good cross member that, let's be honest, I'll probably need for another Subaru project anyway. And two, I only need two components out of it, being the lower control arm mounts and the steering rack mounts, which I was gonna cut and modify anyway. And given that this is a multi-layered steel piece with all these compound curves on it, there's just no way, and this is just me raining on my own parade, I guess, that I could make this look like a factory component, which is just not what we're going for here. So, in the vein of A, making it look cool, and B, probably being less effort, I'm just gonna make my own. Okay, got the rack in and centered where it needs to be based off the measurements I took off the original cross member. Again, going back to why we had to make our own, I had to lift this thing up, I had to rotate it backwards, and then actually move it backwards a little bit to attach to the factory Honda column, which the factory Honda and Subaru setups are basically opposite each other. So we've got one too many U-joints, but we'll figure that out once we get there. For now, I just need to make some brackets to actually attach this rack to the cross member we just made. So let's go do that. ladies and gentlemen, I believe is what scholars call a tangent. I hadn't planned or expected to build a tubular cross member for this thing, but I'm really glad I did, because look at all the room for activities we got going on, which is great because we've got very limited real estate. We still have to figure out the packaging for the fuel cell and the radiator, so got a lot to fit in a very small space, so it's a good thing. In terms of next steps, do have to figure out the coupling linkage between the rack and the column itself. We got one U-joint too many. I got to do a steel run to pick up the tubing so we can do the seat mounts and the dash bar, and then once that stuff's in, things are really going to start to come together, because then we can start figuring out pedal placement and shifter placement. Once the dash bar's in, we can tie the front end together. A lot of stuff happening really quickly, so yeah, got a lot coming on. This is a very exciting time. I hope you're as excited as I am, because next time Becky is finally hitting the ground. I promise. Next time she's going to be on the ground. But it's been a long one. I got to end it here. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And just remember, on projects like this, sometimes you just need a little ingenuity. I will see you next time.